Okay, this is John from Kong Judo back again with Tony. We are going to talk about the Kata Gatame. It's called a number of different things in mixed martial arts. Head and arm triangle. There's a lot of versions, a lot of names rather for this hold. Go ahead down, please. There's a lot of ways that people go wrong with this submission. It's first a judo hold that turns into a submission. Oftentimes you can hit this from transitioning from KATA Gatame, which we talked about earlier. You'll have a person when you're in KATA Gatame, sometimes their hand comes loose, they'll start to apply pressure on you to try and get away. As that happens, I want to drop my body and lower his arm towards his ear. One major mistake that a lot of people make is putting it across their face. That generally turns us into a neck crank and not really a chokehold. So I want to go towards his ear. And once I do that, I need to make sure I'm very, very deep. My palm to the floor, and I'm going to drop my head as low to the mat as possible. I can go with a gable grip, or I can go and reach in to my bicep from a little bit different angle. Again, in this instance, I'm going to switch from KATA Gatame. Tony goes to push away. I slide his hand towards his head. Very key, I have to get my head as close to the mat as absolutely possible. If I'm up high like this, I'm not going to get this choke. If it's across him, I'm not going to get this choke. So I want to be nice and deep, switch my feet to the floor. I'm pushing my head against him as hard as I can. I can grab my own bicep, squeeze. Okay? If I get this right, oftentimes I can even hit this without having to grab my own arm. So again, I'm in nice and deep. My palm goes to the floor as he's pushing me away. I slide it down. I'm dropping my head to the mat as deep as I can. Here, I'm applying pressure. I'm pushing forward with my body at the same time I'm driving my head into his tricep. What I'm attempting to accomplish here is pushing his shoulder and bicep and blocking off his carotid artery here, blocking it with my arm on the other side. When I bring it over and across, it doesn't work. It creates space on his chin, and it gives him some airspace. Turns into a neck crank. Some guys might tap from it just from a pain issue. More than likely, if you're against a sophisticated grappler, they're not going to tap from that move if you don't get it the right way. So last and final time, he's pushing away. I want to get this hand down, my head down, nice and low to the mat. In this instance, we use a gable grip, squeeze, rotate. That's Kata Gatame.